Hello, hello. Where are we? Oh, if the audio isn't quite right, let me know. I fiddled with something and I'm not sure I got it all back to where it was supposed to be. So, keep an eye on the audio. Let me know if it's going wonky on you. We are here for the story stream of Pandemonium, I think, which is, I don't know anything about this. They for once kept a lot of this under wraps. Like, I've seen a couple of promo pictures and that's it. So I saw La Habrea on the cover, and we saw the stinger of Elidibus talking about something, waiting for his guiding star to start the journey. So what I assume is going to happen is I'm going to be getting salty about time travel. That's what I assume is going to be happening. So, hello to everybody joining in for the story stream. I'm glad you came. I see a bunch of familiar names in chat. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Crystal from Beyond. And if this is your first time watching like a story stream, I usually don't read the entire thing out loud. I usually just kind of do a summary of my understanding or point out interesting things as I go along lore-wise. That is an interesting setup as any, I guess. They've found a strange crystal, and they'd like to know if I know anything about it just because I've been everywhere in the world. And they statistically decided that that would be where they could intercept me, and we're happy to be right about it. Oh yeah, we're gonna be salty about time travel probably. That's probably what it comes down to. If you've never seen me discuss this story before, I usually have an axe to grind with time travel stories because it introduces a bunch of variables that like I don't think people account for in ways that don't cheapen the world most of the time. Alexander did a great job, and Shadowbringers it seemed to violate those rules. So I'd like to figure out kind of what our new epistemology is, but we'll see. Because it looked like they put the Y-shaped timeline that the Alexander loop was in a larger bootstrap paradox loop. And I actually like bootstrap paradox loops, so I'd prefer that, but okay, so they're all giddy and honored to meet Moose here because they think he knows about this crystal because he's been everywhere and done everything. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard. Propelled to the surface by some unknown force. Wait, which Exodus? The old Exodus or the new Exodus? Aw, thank you for the sub, Evil. Wait a minute. Why are my thingies not showing? Saw it, but didn't hear it? Hmm. Oh, thank you, Dino. Oh, I see what's going on here. The audio is being wonky. Let's move this and see what happens. Here's the crystal in question. Mm-hmm. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. It seems like the more interesting. I like that it refers to the Asians use in present tense, like as if this isn't over, which I guess it's not because there's still a couple Asians in the wind that like they didn't address at all. Oh, thank you for the bits and sub. What are you up to, Lenny? Unlike the crystal in the story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. I'm already thinking, like, I need to read literally all of this quest again, and in all of the languages, because that is so strange. Oh, Gold, thanks for the gift subs. I still have, like, very little idea how all of this stuff works, so if you know what we can do with the sub stuff, or have any ideas for emotes, or what we can do so I can actually like engage all of this in a more appropriate way, please feel free to drop by the Discord and throw them, like, just like dunk them right in the suggestion box. I've got a suggestion box room open. Oh geez, it comes from the place. This would require a trip to the far ancient past, yes, wouldn't it? Oh, good. I know of one individual capable of this feat, so we're going back again, huh? Moose, yeah, no problem. I mean, I do assume that the Warrior Light delivers, like, reports, and that the reports are shared with relevant parties. Kinda. I doubt you've seen... Alright, I'm already like, let's read a little more of this again. Some of this is already a little weird to me. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories. I'm sure they're gonna unroll in a very, like, plot-convenient manner. Not long after the Exodus. Not long after the Exodus was declared. So yeah, this thing is like the old Exodus, not the new Exodus. All right, let's just take it for granted. Journey to the ocular and approach the portal. It never closed. It's just like it's permanently there now. Yeah, someone shared a screenshot with me about that. One of the gathering quests, fishing, is just like, yeah, we know all about time travel. We just don't let anybody do it. The implication that they were talking to Heidelin 250 years ago, that doesn't surprise me very much, because the first lore book actually laid the seeds for that. That seems to have been decided pretty long, like a long time ago. There are a lot of things that are pretty recent revelations, but like that one seems to have been planted a while ago. In the trying to think of which section of the summary it is. They say that Charlayan made contact with the Mother Crystal shortly before, or shortly after the Anti-Tower was finished. If receives this message. Like, already this is playing out in a way I didn't quite expect. La Habrea was on the poster. That's kind of his shade of crystal. I'm glad to see that it's not his crystal, because we gave them all to Elidibus when he went into the tower dive, allegedly. I was thinking maybe he did something with it when he understood we were meddling with time, but... I am a little weirded out by that this portal is just, like, there now. So the star that he was waiting for was us coming back. Good night, Lenny. Okay, hold on. I'm seeing further questions about it, so I'm actually gonna scroll up and highlight something real quick. Okay. Wow, this highlight actually makes it harder to read. Okay. So they built the anti-tower in the hinterlands, and they spoke with Hydaelyn. And that was, like, a long time ago. Like 200 years ago, 270 years ago. So soon after, all research was moved to Labyrinthos. And they continued their vigil with the scopy thingy. Not long after the Exodus was declared, okay, so there's such a space between moving from the Dravanian hinterlands to Labyrinthos. Already the story has this big gap in it, so I'm not entirely sure which Exodus we're talking about, but I would assume, based on just kind of the themes in play, that this is going to be, whoa. Actually, I don't know, because I'm like, as I think about it. Hold on. Ah, okay. The crystal was nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the crisis being behind us, they're free to resume their research. So yeah, I think what they're saying is that the 1562, 1563 Exodus is the one that they're talking about. Themis. Nice white robe, Liddy. I swear to God, every NPC here is running on the Kingdom Hearts engine instead of the 14 engine. Interesting. Isn't that one of the Titans? Pretty sure it's like a feminine name too. So if that's Elidibus's hair, and his name is Themis. I had suspected Elidibus would turn out to be Zeus just because of the Zeus, Hades, Poseidon trio and the originals. Themis is associated with Zeus, but definitely not Zeus. Goddess of Judgment and Order. I mean, that would make sense. That was Elidibus's role, wasn't it? To kind of consider all of the possible beliefs in play and find an amicable path forward for everyone. Like his original job. facility is beneath Elpis and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. Highly valued research, but highly dangerous to the star. We were joking yesterday that, like, Elpis was the Umbrella Corporation, and Pandemonium was the Umbrella Corporation. So, like, that's surprisingly on target. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be... Oh, yeah, it's just normal token stuff. Temis says, I'm here as a representative of an organization that works directly with the convocation. So, I mean, white robe, familiar hairstyle, young dude. This is probably Elidibus, but he's not joined yet. So we're seeing him before he was even on the thing. This is already weird. The friend who recommended he come as another member of the organization. So at this time, is Zem not part of the convocation yet either? Is Vanalis still on the seat? Man, this is weird. Every now and then, like, there's just a quote that strikes in that like hits me weird for all the stuff we've known before this. Just, I'll register your ether for the records. I think the one thing that's setting off my moosey senses already is that this appears to be, like, chronologically before our other trip to Elpis. So that was actually, like, the earliest trip to Elpis was done by an older version of us than the later trip to Elpis done by the younger version of this. I really hope there are answers to all these time shenanigans. Like, I want to hear Ishikawa and Oda explain it. What if Elidibus is just faking? This is definitely going to be like a quest line I have to read in every language. Though this guy tells Temis not to interfere with someone as that's on the convocation because their time is so valuable. Like, if he was on the convocation now, he'd know that, right? Like, he would. Convocation can interfere with the convocation's time, I assume. Like, I want to just keep repeating, God, this is so weird, but I mean, I do that at the beginning of pretty much every raid series, because they, it's like the first day of a new class, you're getting the syllabus, and you're just like, what is all this crap? Why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? At the end of the MSQ, Emmett Selk actually accuses Vana of orchestrating all of this, though he says it was a generous interpretation of the events, that she did it all on purpose. We were translating some of the lines in every languages, and one of them that I enjoyed was Emmett Selk refers to himself as the keystone holding up the meddling with time, that he exists in that time to say those things and make everything work. And wow, that is metal. Hey, those are Mahachi chains. Obviously, Emmett Selk used these on the Void Arc when he was on the Coven. There's a running joke. Someone asked if there was no way I would love time travel enough to do a Wings of the Goddess style expansion, and I jokingly said, let's go back to the War of the Magi and we'll have Emmett Selk be a hot goth chick on the Coven, and accidentally got a lot of people on board with that idea. So that's what we're joking about in chat. I see. Someone or something is tampering with the protections here. Now there's ethereal anomalies at the surface. Working from within, eroding the place. There's something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires constant awareness. If we're forced to fight, I can't risk joining you in battle. Oh, convenient. I had it in mind to use your Aether as the basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 will do. As far as duty finder excuses go for places that would be difficult to have anyone join, that is probably the most ridiculous one yet. Not that it's wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Look at this place. They never should have given him tenure. What? Wait, didn't we see these things somewhere? These look familiar, actually. I'm lying. I like how Emmett Selk is just like, man, no wonder he went so mad and got so weird after all those years of body hopping. And it's just like, bro, have you been to the place he built in his prime, apparently? I was actually thinking Castlevania in my head. I was like, don't be like that. Comparing everything to everything. But I guess we're all on the same frequency. Oh, you just walk right through that. This feels like more than one recycled Void Arc thing. These trees look familiar, but I can't remember from where. Of course, we got our Amaratine spirales in the deep background. Anything weird in the skybox? Frickin' La Habrea, man. I think like one of the funnier parts of Endwalker for me has been that we took Emmett Selk at his word for a lot of stuff. How superior and different the ancients were, and how long he'd lived, and how mad La Habrea went in the end. And it's like we get to the past and the ancients are just people, and they have the same petty gripes and errands as any other side quests in any other zones, and they're just normal ass people. And then we walk into this place like La Habrea didn't go mad before. Like, he was definitely always extra. This is definitely a place built by a man who lets surefire plans go awry for the sake of experimentation because arrogantly he thinks he can control what's going on. Oh, can you imagine if that's what went wrong here? That it was just somehow La Habrea's arrogance that messed everything up? Like, doing it from the start, they should have seen it coming? Okay, time to be bad at video games. Why does he have an Alagon helmet? This is already a little uncomfortable. Yes, for those asking, the helmet reminds me of Glacia Labiolus and Zonde's final model in Endwalker. Whose mask is that? What? From where I'm standing, the mask is very small. Is it La Habre's? Chad says it has his little fangs. I feel an overwhelming heat. Okay. Where's blue? Where's blue? Oh wait, no, I need 3! Oh wait. Did it work? Okay, now I got blue. So I want to be... Oh! Nope. Yes, but I got clipped by the black. Is that what I'm reading? Ah, I knew it, Umbrella Corporation. I don't actually know what this does. Oh, am I red? He's red. Oh, ow. Okay, he's blue. I'll try blue. Hey! I take offense to this portrayal. Okay. He did red, I stood on blue, it only hurt a little. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I'm blue again. Okay, I'm red again. Okay, Umbrella Corporation was... Opposite hurt a lot, but same killed you. So... Blue? Blue. Oh, wait. Alright, so it's only when they 2 attacks at a time, I don't know. The orbs one tricked me. Because I stood on the opposite color one and it hurt, but I wasn't hurt by that, I was hurt by the flail. So I thought I did it wrong, so I stood on the other one and got 1 shot. Is there like an optimal way to do this these days? Headpiece. Okay, so first boss was just a dude who ran out and transformed himself and looked like Glazia with La Brea's mask on his head. What is Moose standing guard of? I'll be here in case anybody else runs out. Punted into the sunset. Mind was a storm of desperation and anger. And it's weird to see them like shape-shifting now. Like before they made it this big thing where that person like sacrificed himself to become Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, they equated transforming in front of people to just running around naked. But I mean, he was overcome by desperation and anger, and he just like hulked out. Like, was that the ancient equivalent to the guy who's just so ready to fight he slams his hands down on his thighs and rips his pants off? Like, is that what we just saw? chorus of whispers assailing my senses, then rage and fury. You know what I hope this story is? I hope this story is La Habrea doing something arrogant and it going awry, and that this should have been the red flag that prevented him from doing everything else that fucked up everything else for all of time. Every other thing leading up to what Emet-Selch called his crowning act of idiocy. And being able to figure out what he was arrogantly overlooking and fixing it is what gained this kid the reputation that he can stand against the convocation when need be to find the right path forward, and thus became Elidibus. Okay, Pandemonium's protections are being eroded from within. I'm telling you, La Habrea got tenure and he just started doing whatever the hell he wanted. It explains everything. Organization under the auspices of the convocation. Ooh, they would shut down La Habrea's murder castle. I'm trying to figure out if Elidibus is, well, I'm assuming him to be Elidibus, if his eyes here are that shade of blue to kind of wink wink hint hint nudge nudge the Warrior of Light thing, because it's that classic Final Fantasy blue. Like our crystal. And allegedly our soul. Say not a word of this to the convocation until I've had the opportunity to set things right. Wow, so concerned with saving face. Emet-Selch made you guys seem a lot less like us. My decision cannot be swayed by emotion. Yeah, this is definitely what gets him the job. At least we can now confidently say Elidibus is a young adult rather than a baby boy. It was all in the choice of kanji that they used, but everyone wanted to interpret the word youth in their own way in English, I guess. I'm glad this cements it, though. The phrasing was definitely on the cusp of whatever the hell Amarat considers to be the age of majority, but still youthful, still green, what people would consider a little too young for that much responsibility. Like an intern level. I think the college age metaphor is especially funny because, like, in the 1700s, you went to college at, like, what, 14, 15? You were done by 18? I think it was the 1800s that it started to go up. I forget. I looked this up once because we knew we were trying to figure out what era Eorzea was supposed to be. But at this point, it's every era at once. I find it hard to believe that La Habrea knows not of what has transpired here. Yeah, probably. Correct. There was significantly less knowledge to acquire then. Smile. I'm not sure his face is capable of such form. My mentor was the previous La Habrea. Athena. Not previous La Habrea, previous head of the facility. I need to read all these things twice. So it's not that the La Habrea always runs Pandemonium? Yeah, I mean, that would explain Themis's question here. Okay, there are 2 lines there that I want to read in every language. I don't even think I read them right on the first pass. Oh. Mentor was the previous head of the facility, that is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of chief keyword. Her name was Athena. She was a researcher in the words. So yeah, I would agree. Chat was trying to figure out the most accurate way to phrase it, and I think what they settled on is probably good, that it always is overrun by the words, but La Habrea doing it himself is new. It's just like such an information dump as they try to flesh all this out. Who do you think made it look demonic, Athena or La Habrea? I don't know. Do we know Athena? Do we know Athena by any other name? Does she get another job later? We're getting a lot of people voting for La Habrea redecorating, but I would like to point out that these, like, did we get the name of the inventor of the weird snaky creatures when we were first seeing him up top? That's the kind of thing, like, when I go lore mongering, that's the kind of thing I search for. Because a lot of La Habrea's creations weren't just like snake on lizard head. If La Habrea decorated this place, there would be more horses. Thank you! Though, I guess if Eli isn't Zeus, I have to give up on La Habrea being Poseidon. How do I feel about the music? Crushing it as always, but if it's a reference to another Final Fantasy, I'm gonna miss it. I am so bad at recognizing musical cues. What are you? Cool. Alright, back to being bad at video games. Murky depths. Ow. Rimboom. What's that? Oh. I really probably should, at some point, make the pets smaller and disable party effects. You're looking that way. That's why you're looking that way. Yeah, this one's a horse. Had to be La Habrea. Ow, my face. That's what I get for reading horse jokes instead of battle cues. Oh, not the depths again. Ow. Sewage. Guessing. Do not stand in that. This, that. Okay. These are stacky thingies, right? Bonk. Okay. Dissociation. Oh, I have the mean thing. Okay. Ow. Don't step in the gross. Oh, I stepped in the gross to do that. Ooh, me. Ooh, earns. Severed head appears. Oh, what is that? No! I don't want it. Knocked back away from the severed head, please. Okay. Okay. Oh. Do not like that one. That is mean. I mean, it's not going to be mean in a week, but... Today not a fan. Switch coming back. Don't step in the yuck. Don't step in the yuck. Don't step in Uh-oh. 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 Oh, beans. That was gonna hurt. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, nuts. Sorry. Here it comes. Murky Depths is gonna hit hard. I don't want it. Head up. Knock back out of head range, please. You just die, just die. Oh, wait, head. No. Okay. So mean, but not like, what the fuck was that mean? What the f- Other head? I have been forced to practice since I was but a small child. Who forced Elidibus to practice shackles as a small child? Uncomfortable. Oh no, that's not Elidibus. I'm not talking to Elidibus. I'm talking to this guy. Okay, that feels much. Whoo! Sorry, mental glitch. Oh, talking to the wrong dude. I mean, it's still a little uncomfortable coming from the very edgy looking dude, but... Yeah, no, if you've ever watched me do anything live, my brain glitches a lot. I only know shit after 3 or 4 viewings. I move all of the text to a separate searchable section, and then I translate it in all the languages, and that's when I really get to know it. My first time through, I'm not absorbing very well at all, and often not even remembering what NPC I'm talking to, apparently. Why is Dracula wearing glasses? This is a new look. If he's as capable and caring as you say and has complete control over the hallways, everything's gonna be fine. Which means he's the boss. The innermost circle. I like how they call them circles, just because circles of hell, ha 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 ha. This is like the 12th alternative spelling or alternative language we've seen for Phoenix in this freaking game. Fiery bird with life eternal. That's neat. So Phoenix is kind of like the Philosopher's Stone of creation magic. So everyone's trying it, but no one can get it quite right. Phoenix, Uzaku, Phoenix. The Firebird mount makes a joke about it. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here. Okay. So I guess that would, like, make sense. If La Habrea is, like, R&D and this is, like, study of interesting but ultimately threatening stuff, it would make sense that they would not have him solely dedicate his time to this. And whomst dare complain about Castlevania-inspired music? Here to help us, I assume. Damn it, Vlad. Please tell me someone on the cutscene team was snarky enough to, like, have someone throw a glass on the floor when we get to him. Quite well, friend. Yeah, thanks. Do you think Zem was just trolling Elidipus and had no intention of showing up? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is... Alright. Alright, here's where we get to a little bit of a wrench thrown into me trying to come up with expectations. If this if this whole sequence exists prior to our first trip to Ethos in the story, so older us goes farther back in time than younger us, like 2 weeks younger us. And before our trip to Elpis to see Vana, someone already knew we were coming at that time and place. And if that's a Zem, how does a Zem know that? And, the crystal with the memories in it is reaching out that something is wrong with Pandemonium at the time the crystal's made, and that was sent forward to a specific time. But the crystal could be part of the bootstrap paradox and made after this, if we're doing 4D time editing again. No, I don't know, not future sight Echo. Don't do that to me. We have enough plot devices that make me salty on the table. Only if, like, a Zem's fortune teller is Messiah 1,000 times. He just calls her up like Miss Cleo. Do we know how long after the events of Elpis the final days started? No, we don't have a great time frame for it. Long enough for Fandaniel's ascension. So I'm trying to think of what else would have to be out of the way. Azem had just dove into the Grape Volcano, so it was that. The Grape Volcano is from the short story. There's a short story where Azem saves an island because he likes the grapes that grow there. And he saves it by, like, jumping into a volcano and stealing one of the, stealing the Ifrit concept. If you're watching and you have not read the short stories, please read the short stories. They're totally worth it. There's so many of them. But yeah, Azem dives into a volcano and steals the Ifrit concept, all to prevent a civilization from being blown to bits, and claims it was all for the grapes. That's why grapes are such a meme. There was even, like, the main scenario, even let you, the Warrior of Light, joke, I would dive into a volcano for grapes. Fire. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, they have names. I'm gonna have to learn to read. Scorched. Ow. Oh, I kind of remember some of these sounds. Hey, Coil Max. Coil was the last time I cared about raiding. Right. Okay. I like that roar that it made. Isn't that like one of the like most ancient generic stock sounds? Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh god, what's going on here? Oh no! No, no, no. Not like that. This is Coil. Do they like wake each other up if those overlap? I'm creeped out by the evil teeth. Oh, evil tooth, no! What order were you in again? Oh god. Oh god. Whoa. What are the teeth supposed to be? Can anyone tell what that is? Am I just like... Am I just like blind? Oh wow, my face. Eyeball birds. No. These are definitely teeth with eyes in the cavities. This is nightmare fuel. I've spent the last 45 seconds looking at these freaking teeth instead of mechanics. I'm so sorry. Nope. Frightened fire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! What we got to lose? Oh, I didn't learn what these scorchy things do yet. I didn't memorize these. Ow. Ooh. Shenanigans. Scorch is room boom, but I have to figure, I have to pay attention to the names of the in and out AoEs, especially the PB AoE at the center. That one, I'm not doing that one right at all. Okay, so we can pay attention to the word fire plume, and it's just a different animation. Okay, here we go. Fire plume. Shit. Okay. Ow. Oh, this is like the education phase with the fire plumes. I thought they were named different things. Scorch, that's room boom. Stream may be choppy, yes. I'm seeing little red thingies pop up. I'll check if anything is running weird after this fight. Dark fire. Ooh. I get to do the mechanic. Is this how you do the mechanic? Left wave. remember right, once all the little birds are dead, that's when its teeth starts falling out like in my nightmares. Yeah, okay. Is this a boom? Yeah. Wait. That's its head. Fledgling, like. Is that what the teeth are called? Fledglings? Yeah, I think stream will behave better if I turn off the other party members' shit. I think it's struggling with all the people's stuff and the teeth. This is the. Oh, I misread that one again. No, not breathe. I don't want to breathe. Teeth doing it, and then I have to worry about getting up. I can't imagine this in X right now, because my mind's trying to understand what the hell each of these mechanics is. Fire. Biggie. I used to love raiding. I used to, like, in 1.0 and 2.0. And eventually, like, I spent so much time doing it that eventually it started to feel like an obligation. And when we beat stuff, it didn't feel like victory anymore. It felt like relief. And if I don't get any achievement out of it, and it's just like, ugh, thank God that's over, all the fun goes away. I think part of the problem was that I was always like a mid-core player. Like I never really was try hard, gotta get it first kind of person. And I was willing to take my time with it. And then it really became apparent that no matter how much time you invest in it, like it'll be easier when the expansion comes around. It's not like you'll miss out. Like it's not gonna be harder to do later. So I think my motivation just dried up there. Well, that was the cue for me, when it stopped feeling like fun and started feeling like relief. I think it was also Gordias. Like, Gordias was just the static breaker. Like, sucked. Yeah, maybe it was all just Gordias' fault. No, dude, we didn't even make it past the first section of Gordias. We learned all the mechanics, and the DPS check was still so bad, and the gear check was still so bad that we were still like we were hitting in rage with it at like half health, despite knowing all the mechanics. And it was, oh, we were just like, that's not worth the time. We're gonna craft. Someone said get footies? There are no footies. Accessory? Oh, someone said globes. Do that next time. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of internment drag the phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit. Ooh. Or you are no mean trespassers. Surprise! It was Dracula. Glasses Dracula. That vampirism was supposed to cure bad eyesight. Oh my god, he's even got the little fangs! Why Master Labrea suffers from mediocrity. Ooh. Son to La Habrea. Serve La Habrea ever faithful until the end of day. This is the origin story for how he invented garlic. Please leave me be. Yeah, no. So wait, was that dude being like legit when he said it was La Habrea's kid? La Habrea's made a kid use chains magic since he was born? Woo. Tiger Dad also wants his kid to have tenure. I just want to see a scene where we like stumble out of here and are like, went mad? He went mad? Have you been down there? And Hades is just like, no. Why? What's down there? Yeah, it's totally dead. Oh my god. La Brea's kid is just like charcoal Charibird. Oh, Athena is mom. Please. Oh. All that's missing from this is just like making her Iggy and everyone's gonna lose their minds. Oh, nope, she gone. Mother is no longer with us. Oh no! Is that what drove La Brea mad? Alright, we got Athena rules this place. Everyone's trying to get Phoenix to work. Athena's gone. La Brea's running the place. La Brea gets Phoenix to work. Now everything's going crazy. La Brea trying to perfect the Philosopher's Stone Phoenix to get his dead wife back and arrogantly trespass into whatever the fuck's going on here. Is that what the next campfire should be? In entirely Pandemonium translations? Damn right, kid. You don't have to be charcoal Charibert when you grow up. I'm an adult dad. I can do what I want. Really is the most Castlevania shit. Like, do you think they're all gonna be Castlevania? Or do you think we're gonna move on to like a different sort of hellish themed thing in the next one? I'm betting a different Castlevania. I feel like we're gonna move on to a different... Man, it's really hard. There's so much cool Castlevania shit to do. And yet I feel like if we don't like explore different takes on it, we might not have an opportunity. Like, cause there's nothing... I don't think there's anything inherently connecting Greek to Castlevania, right? Like, we could just do a Dante's Inferno section. I think? I don't know. My mythology knowledge is shit in this department. Different gothic horror. Would it have killed you to throw a glass goblet at me? No sense of theatrics. Whoa. Sudden beat drop. Oh, Flatty Daddy's music's got vocals? Oh, I forgot to turn off party thing again. Why am I like... I walk out of one fight and everything that my brain was thinking at the end of it is just like, yeah, we're gonna leave that in the instance. An X? I don't understand. Okay. Blanket. Does something to the blanket. Okay. This one is water. It's bubbling. Oh. And then... Okay. Multiple blankets. Okay. Water, lightning. Looks like toxic poison fish. Which one of these is gonna be first? Alright, that looks like water. What is poison? Oh, that's poison. Okay, and then corner? Oh, okay. Easy. Oh, I don't like that. I'm not a DPS. Does it hurt? Doesn't hurt. Okay. Decoration. This is like the only game that uses words I don't know. I thought I had a good vocabulary. It's bullshit. Northern shit. This north? Yeah, this is north. Oh! Shenanigans. That was doing good for a minute there. Cool. Okay, so I imagine not a DPS has to run into a not DPS orb. Tank Buster. Blankets. Oh, too many blankets. I don't want it. No, I don't want it. does fire do? Lightning. Oh, get away from it. Okay. And poison. I am not a DPS. Oh, but it's the water though. Okay. Not into the Sonic the Hedgehog spikes. Decolation, I forgot what you do with his room. Yeah. Blood raid. Also party. Okay. Minus no healer. No healer. No DPS. Okay. Oh. Oh, blankets. Coming up first. Poison. Call him. And then knockback. Whew. Alright, Vladdy Daddy, give me more lore. No more cape blankets. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is fine. Okay. Thank you for accompanying, Ryu. I'm glad I didn't make a joke about how he didn't have to stake him in the heart a second ago. It was going through my head, but I was like, let's hold off. Dignity. Blah, blah. I mean, he just said he was loyal to La Habrea. Why are you assuming that's what he meant by his deception? I mean, this story was written in Japan, so dead wife definitely has something to do with it. Does anyone in this game not have an important dad and a dead mom? What is presence? Uh-oh. Ooh. Good night, Pash. Thank everybody for the help. I don't know why anybody would volunteer to sit here while I watch cutscenes. Hey, what? Yo! All right. For those on the theory train that this is La Habrea's origin story and a different La Habrea. Like, this is the guy we know, and the one we're talking about is on the way out. I'm buying into that theory. What? That's some support. I'll give you that. Like, I don't... That feels like a narrative decision more than a logical decision for the group itself. Alright, anything else going on with any of these there? I figure this is the last time I'm gonna see him for a bit, so I should give him a once over. Any theories about Temis? I don't know. Like, that hair is the same one we saw with the Elidibus voice before, right? And, like, the classic Final Fantasy blue eyes have me, like, kind of leaning in that vein too, like, har har har, good joke. And the white robes, of course, but... the white robes at this stage, like, again, like, it would feel like a narrative decision more than a sensible... That, though, that's gonna bug me. Like, does the kid of a dude who has an office seat just get to wander around with that? That feels like a hiding in plain sight kind of thing to me. I mean, we're still at the stage where, like, yeah, these are just puzzle pieces. Yeah, like, we don't have many puzzle pieces, so there are lots of ways to imagine that the final picture could look. And again, like, I care more about trying to find the stuff we're supposed to pay attention to more than I necessarily care about predicting anything. I don't give a shit if I'm right or wrong. I care about finding right, not being right. So I have the most fun just trying to pick up on what questions we're supposed to be asking. And I think that's a really good question, is why does he have, like, why does the kid have Dad's crystal on a... I mean, maybe it's just their Words of La Habrea staff? And yeah, the fact that he's got the crystal with the sigil on it and was the first boss and ran out and had the mask all up top, like, that could be foreshadowing that this is the La Habrea we know. What is this? What is everybody thinking? Like the previous La Habrea went insane trying to resurrect his wife, and his kid kills him and becomes the next La Habrea, and that's why him and Elidibus are good friends, because they spent like this shared trauma together. They're gonna go out for coffee biscuits. I don't know, like, it's very rare that I figure out the right direction. Like, I ask all the right questions, but I rarely answer them with the right answers early on. I'm really good at asking the right questions, though. So I don't imagine we're gonna, like, just nail it right out the gate, figure out what's going on. I imagine we're gonna have to pivot pretty hard in the next section. Because, like, I think it makes it more fun next time if we go in with, like, a baseline hypothesis that we don't care if it's right or wrong. Because that way we know what questions we're asking, but we're not, like, so caught up in our headcanon that we're, like, taking shit for granted. Because I feel like it usually goes the other way around. People form a headcanon and then perceive everything they see in relation to what they want to be true. And then, God forbid, they're right. You spend the whole third act like, somebody pick up that phone because I called it. Usually they have an NPC at the end of these things tell you one of the questions you're supposed to be asking. Usually it's Yashola Orange in the last few patches. I bet the correct question, like the one that the devs left, I imagine that one is back around where they're talking about the idea that someone could have done this to them on purpose. I imagine the question that we're supposed to use as our main breadcrumb is in there. So, yeah, I agree. We should definitely do this at a. We should just make a whole campfire for Pandemonium, because we don't know where we're going in 6.1 yet. It's not like we're gonna miss any time there. Let's go back to Elpis for a minute. I want to see what the other dude outside is wearing. Oh, he might be gone. Is he gone? We just used the teleporter. He's gone. No. Check the BOD. He does not have a crystal. Oh, the plot thickens. So if the other people that have similar roles do not have similar crystals, the fact that they put that sigil on, right on it, like, just like the, Gaius's mask, just right on the belt, just in case you're looking. I'm chalking that up as my paranoia. Is he a warder? I don't know. I mean, I guess we can take a closer look at Vladdy Daddy and see if he's wearing a crystal. But I mean, he'd already transformed, so can we even be confident in one conclusion or another there? Yeah, it's worth looking at the flashback and the VOD, just in case. That's the kind of stuff that makes my brain itch. Like, is that a foreshadow, or is it just a, like a flavor in-world touch? Then again, we did see a horse. This feels like one of those lines, too. It could be someone it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. I don't think there was really any reason to suspect that the crystal was thrown from the future, so that feels like something we should be asking then. Why would he bring that up? Like, is there any reason? Is there any consideration we've had from the future, or is this dude calling attention to it for a reason? By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped. Are you sure? Are you sure I didn't always do it? Please, just get me out of this soft deterministic. Please, rescue me, please. One of countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. Yeah, that I like better. That's good. I like that. I can wrap my head around what happened time travel so much easier. The bootstrap paradox is easier to solve than the wibbly wobbly timey-wimey soft determinism. No more universes. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing the matter now. I too am rooting for the closed loop. I'm a big fan of the bootstrap paradox because what you get to assume is that any illusion that there was a first time this happened from our point of view can be solved by assuming that the way it was the first time it happened was deleted. Like, that all time is happening at once. Like, you can think of it like a statue, right? You change the statue, it's a different statue. So whatever was in it before is gone. Even if what's in it now, it just has to be internally consistent. There would be an illusion from a third dimensional point of view. And that is just so much easier for me to wrap my head around, because Alexander did that one really, really well. The only question is, like, this loop then would be before our first trip to Elpis, stretching all the way to after our defeat of the Sound, which means if we could prove it's a bootstrap paradox, we might be proving the Y-shaped timeline has always existed using the rift as applied phlebotinum. This makes my head hurt. Please, just like get Ishikawa-san and Oda-san together and just have them make a little PowerPoint and just explain to me like how it works in their head. Just like a little bit, like run me through the basics. Be better than blood pressure medication for me right now. Yes, I'd also be okay with this if Xenos just like kicks the fourth wall and the glass shatters. They chose not to show him dissolving into mist for a reason. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal to our keeping? No? What if I hear, like... What if it calls out to me again? Do good, Moose. Those aren't his gloves. I think I forgot to reset his glams. Oh yeah, before we learn anything about this, we're gonna learn about Myths of the 12. That's kind of cool. This is another kind of question. The gear usually looks like the place you go, at least a little bit. Like there's some kind of rhyme in it. And I can definitely see the Greek influence. But that sure as shit doesn't look like Castlevania, right? Am I crazy? Belmont gear. I'm really curious if there's going to be kind of like an answer for that disconnect later. Like, are we going to look back and be like, oh, that's why the gear looked different? Or are we going to be like, it was cool gear, but who cares? It all kind of looks a little similar, too. You only get, like, it doesn't look all that different from, it doesn't look like all that different from the gear that they're wearing at the place they're working. So, like, maybe if that's the, yeah, everybody's wearing black and everything's going wrong, maybe we wear white because we purified it. And it's always this symbol. This symbol is also the same, like there's different proportions, but the same symbol's on the shoulder, I think. And that looks like a variation of part of it. On here too? Yeah, there's pieces of it on here. So it's all this same design. It's actually a really pretty design. Shout out to whoever did that. Is it the water symbol? I did not get a good look at I did not look at that very closely, to be honest. Yeah, here it is on the shoulders. So yeah, that's the only idea I got, is maybe maybe it's reminiscent to that and that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. Kind of looks like the glyph that comes up when they're imprisoning the beasties. Now I gotta go back and look at the VOD. I don't want to look at and listen to me. I want to look at someone else's VOD. Problem solved. Somebody please make the time travel make sense. Okay, we did it. We have made it through Pandemonium 1. We have figured out our questions. We have figured out our first shoot from the hip half shitpost theory that we're going to use as our litmus test for all the new information that comes in next time, which means I'm going to have to watch this before we go into the next one, because I'm sure I'll forget after we start exploring the 12, right? But yes, I absolutely accept that suggestion. Let's find the lines that we're most curious about getting some clarity on in other languages, and we'll do a campfire just to translate all those lines into all 4 languages and see what shakes out of it. So I am not going to keep you any longer than the 3 hours I already have. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time, and in some cases, your straight up instances fighting stuff with me. Thank you. Why anyone would wait for me to watch cutscenes, I don't know. But again, thank you for choosing to spend your time with me, and I hope to see you at the next campfire. Have a great night, everybody.